Hello friends, welcome to Code Crush Coding. In this video we are going to talk about HTML input attributes. So the first attribute we have selected is the placeholder attribute. So let's try this placeholder attribute in our code. So we have this form.html file. So here we need to provide the form tag. So we know the syntax form. So in the form we need to provide, let's consider we need to provide two text fields, username and password. So we need to provide label. Here we can provide username equals, and here label for say username. So this is the label. Here we need to provide input type. So type will be text, name username. Okay, so let's provide another label for password. Label for password. Input type in this case will be password, and name will be password. So let's save this code, open in browser. So see, we are getting the username and password here. Okay, so let's modify this code by adding br tag here. Also we can provide submit button. So input type will be submit and name will be submit, and the value for this button will be, which will be displayed on the browser, let's say login. Save this, refresh the browser. So see, now we are able to get these two fields, username, password and login. So now we are going to talk about the placeholder attribute. So suppose I want to print some message here, like password should be minimum 8 characters or 5 characters, that I want to show to the user. So how I can print the by default message in this text field? So that can be done by placeholder attribute. So let's say in this password I need to write the attribute placeholder, and I can write message placeholder should have, let's say should have more than 3 characters. Okay, save this, refresh the browser. So see, now user is able to read the message, this should have more than 3 characters. So after you write some message here, the default message will be removed. So see, in this way you can provide the messages, let's say more than 3 characters. Yeah. In this way you can make use of placeholder attribute. Another attribute that we are going to learn is disabled, required and read only. So let's try one by one. So let's see disabled attribute. So suppose I need some username and I want to disable this field. So disabled means it will be not accessible to the user. Let's say I provide disabled, save this, refresh the browser. So see, now I'm not able to write the username, and also the color in the text box is also changed. Like if you say I'm able to write the password, but I'm not able to select the username as it is disabled. So that is the use of disabled attribute. Another one was read only. So it is disabled. So what read only will do? Read only will be accessible to user only in the readable format. He cannot able to edit that particular field. So before that we need to provide some value So let's say value is John, and let's save this first and let's see how it behaves in our code. I refresh it. See, the default value is John, but I can edit this. I can write the another name. Okay, so let's say Joy. You can write any another name here, but I want this field to be non-editable. So for this I need to provide read-only attribute. Let's save this, refresh the browser. So see, I'm not able to edit the field now. I will be not able to change this particular field. So this is the use of read-only attribute. Now another attribute that was mentioned, the last attribute in this video we will cover, is required attribute. Okay, so let's say I will remove this value and read-only attribute now. So let's save this and now refresh the browser. So see, I'm able to log in. There is no, the URL you are able to see, it's get username as blank and password also blank, and submit is able to get, like login is able to happen here. But I want to make ensure that username should be entered. If username is not entered, then login should not happen. So in that case, how you can provide this? Let's say this is the required field. You need to make entry in this field, otherwise you will be not able to submit it. So let's say I enter the password. Let's say I enter the password and I click on login. So see, here we get the message, please fill out this field. So login is not going to happen. It will not navigate you to the next page till you not perform this field. So you will get this error message or like summary message like please fill out this field. So these are the use of attributes according to your requirement in the form. You can make use of all these attributes. So thank you for watching. We will be covering next topic in another video. Thank you.